How's everyone doing? It's your boy Cinema as always. Below me we got, actually, you moved, Lindsay, you got here later, so you're at the bottom now, which kind of sucks. You're below me and Darkin. How's that make you feel?
Really tired. That means you guys are gonna run the show today, right?
Yeah, we're gonna do everything we can today to fill in for you, Lindsay. We got you. All right, and like I said, we got Darkin here, which is to my left, my right. He's up here with me, chilling. Darkin, how are you today? How's everything going?
I'm pretty good. I'm just enjoying my coffee.
Yeah.
Got a shot of whiskey in it just to get through today.
What kind of whiskey you got? That's a real question.
You really have whiskey in it?
Ain't no way. He's a big boy. He's a big boy today.
Woodford.
I thought you said Clifford. I thought you said...
No, Woodford Reserve.
Bro, I was like, what kind of whiskey is Clifford whiskey? I've never heard that. Okay, Woodford. Got you. Well, hey, look, we're here. It's the morning time. Before we get into the podcast, as always, we're going to kind of dive into our sponsors. We got Alt Custom Controllers, or Alt Custom Controllers, oh my goodness, Alt Customs Keyboards, not controllers, Eternal Controllers, Northwinds Coffee Co., and Sword Dog. I'm getting way better at that, by the way. I think that's like the second time I've gotten it 4 times in a row, and I have not.
Well, I mean, you kind of mess up, but
well, I mean, yeah, but I didn't rehearse it either. So like, I wasn't in my truck or my car driving today and like repeating it on repeat the clip we were talking about.
Yeah,
that man stands in front of the mirror in his bathroom, just goes,
like it's
sponsors.
Like yeah, go over like I have it like written on the bathroom mirror, like all the sponsors. I'm like, all right, it's certain order.
I just imagine him messing up, going into the shower, turning it on with all of his clothes on, sitting down and just being like, "Fuck, man, damn it, I messed it up."
It's true. He does. Okay, okay. Becca said it's true. I do. Anyways,
stays fully dressed, sits in the shower.
I messed it up again. No. Again, good morning, everyone. Hope you're doing well. This is the Get Tilted podcast. Bro, I am on a roll today. I'm everywhere.
Are you sure?
Glinty, I have the energy. You want some of it? Bro, look. So, let me explain the delay. Let's go ahead and dive into what happened and why we're delayed. Last night, we might have forgot there was a time switch. What's it called?
Daylight savings.
Daylight savings.
Yeah. I was gonna say time push because it went back ahead an hour technically. So yeah, at 10 o'clock this morning the podcast was gonna start. 10 o'clock Eastern, let me put that into context. Our boy Glinzy lives so in a different state, so he's not in the same time zone, and of course dark and stuff like that. But we didn't realize that for Glinzy, our 10 is his 7. And I think Darkin gave Glinzy a call. And go ahead, Glinzy, what happened with that call? Like what?
Oh yeah. I was just sitting there and I normally wake up at 7 a.m. So it's fine. But like I'm obviously like waking up, I shower, do all that stuff. But I get a phone call and we Snapchat all the time, but we never like actually call each other on the phone. So I just see Darkin, aka his first name, and I was like, what the hell? And then my alarm starts going off and it's playing a sound and I'm like, what is going on? And I'm like tired as hell. So I'm like figuring this out, trying to answer. I'm like, hello? It didn't work. So then I'm looking at it. I'm like, what is happening? The podcast. So I get up, I look at my wife, and she's just staring at me, and I'm like, the podcast.
It's great,
So
man. Time zones are fun.
Hurried.
I think time zones have been like the biggest issue with TG. Like in general, I feel like those are yeah.
I mean, I don't shy away from it. I live in Arizona. I have the worst time zone. We're the only ones that aren't the same as most other places.
And don't you have like 2 different types of time zone? Not 2 different types. Like, isn't like
Arizona has no daylight savings.
Yeah,
that's because I asked Becca that.
State in the U.S.
Yeah.
Yep.
So when we go backwards in time, we're
We
2
stay.
hours ahead.
Yeah.
When we go forward, we're now
that
3 hours
makes
ahead.
sense. That's okay. So Becca, my wife, we were talking about that. I went to before the podcast, I went to go tinkle like a real man. And like stop funny, Glinzy. But anyways, so I went there and I was like, talking about the podcast, and she's like, "Oh, you haven't started yet?" I'm like, "Oh, yeah, Glinzy delayed because he's 3 hours now." And she's like, "How's that work?" I was like, "Oh, he's in Arizona." And she's like, "Oh," she's like, "I was wondering about that because I guess she randomly thought about it yesterday."
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Yeah, it's crazy. I forgot because I mean, even for Arizonians here, it's like we don't even think of it because we're not used to it. And if you don't have like some type of entity on the internet, it's just another day for you. It's just a little bit darker in the morning.
Ain't that fucking
weird,
what I mean, dude? If you think about it,
so weird.
Like
so weird.
This is gonna be part of the podcast right now. Like, think about this: if there was not internet, we wouldn't know nothing about other states. We wouldn't know nothing. It'd feel like we'd be like, we'd be the main characters technically. Our state would be the main character, and everyone
Yeah.
else is NPCs, bro. We don't care.
Yep.
That's just
Yep.
crazy.
It's
to
small
think, man.
town vibes all the time.
All
yeah.
the time. I would love that.
Literally.
I love small town vibes. That's the way to go.
No.
But anyways, we're not going to stray too far yet. We just started the podcast. Again, welcome everyone. Hope you guys are doing well. It's me. We got Darkin. We got Glinzy. So today we're going to be covering some new games coming out. We have Glinzy read up a whole list of new games coming out. I believe each one of us is going to cover a couple of them. We have some community updates or TG updates, I guess you can say. We're probably going to start with that. It's the best to knock that out the way. And then we're going to kind of probably stray off the trail like we always do. We're going to stray off the trail, talk about some random stuff. I see some new chatters in there. I see Pure Magnum. Welcome in. I see Kizzy. What's going on, Kizzy? I think you just did 1v1. Hope the 1v1 went well. But we're here. There's Made. Also, Made subscribe. I just seen that. I'm sorry, Made. I see it now. Thanks for the subscription. We really appreciate that. And it goes, of course, to the org. Most things that come to this channel go right to the org. So if you guys want, subscribe, bits, and all that stuff, I'll do my best at shouting them out. But again, welcome in, everyone. Okay. So, updates. You want to start with the good stuff or the bad stuff? What are y'all thinking? The good, the bad, the ugly?
Start the bad.
The bad. Okay, so the bad news we have. All right, it's gonna get a little. I won't name drop. Of course, we're not gonna do that. But if you're in the community, of course, you've seen that we have dropped our Warzone lead. Things came up. They've been separate from TG. No hard feelings. It happens. But the Warzone team, the good side of that, the Warzone team, we are trying to get back together. We are trying to run some more things with them, as well as our Silver team and our Silent team. Now, with that being said, I don't know who doesn't know this, but the Silver and Silent team are both co-ed teams. I think we kind of went over that in staff chat. We discussed that. The only reason we have a female team is because, it's hard to... It's not hard to. It's just... I mean, when it comes to the women's league, in Call of Duty, you have to have a women's team for that. So we can't put a co-ed team into it. That's the only reason I have a women's team. And there is male teams and stuff like that, but we're not like that.
Well,
so.
I think we made this a statement in the staff chat for us, but... just for everybody else to know too, is women have it pretty difficult in gaming. I think we've talked about this in a previous podcast.
Especially in Call of Duty.
Especially in Call of Duty. So creating a team directly revolved around them just gives them a safe space, and they're doing phenomenal.
Yeah.
They got their stuff together. So
did you see the tryouts yesterday? All that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my! We're not gonna get deep into that yet, okay? But
yeah,
there's some crazy girl that they're playing, and it's wild to see. I'm glad they're here.
100%.
Speaking of Warzone, let's hop back into that. Have you guys played much Warzone lately? Are you guys still on that Warzone grind?
Yeah.
Darkin. Yeah. Oh, hold on, Darkin. What's up?
I see his face.
See. Yeah, that looks a little upsetty.
So yeah, in my opinion, Warzone is not in the greatest spot with its ranked play.
Mm-hmm.
Just for the simple fact that I do not like Resurgence. But it does give you that chance to either just frag out, fry out, die, repeat in the same game.
No, that's me in every game. Mm-hmm. But yeah,
No, you just die.
Oh yeah, good point. My 1.45 KD says different, but we can talk about that. Anyways.
Me and Glenzy recently grinded up to Plat 3.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just like, do we want to push to Crimson?
Ooh,
we want to push to Crimson.
Ooh.
So we're like pushing, and like Glenzy's a roller player. I'm an M and key player, so it's just like two completely different players, and we still just go in and fry together, like dropping the same amount of damage, the same amount of kills.
It's that that connection, man. It's that duo connection.
So what's crazy too, I want to bank off that too is, we got up to Plat 3 really fast, actually. Mm-hmm. And it's not even to say like we're good or anything. By the way, I mean we are okay, but we got up to Plat 3 very easy, and we were taking a look, and we're like, Crimson is doable.
Yeah,
like in 25 days, it's doable. I think that we can for sure get there. But is it even worth it right now? There's not really much incentive to it, besides cool skins. Pretty much the only thing we talked about.
I was gonna say, didn't we talk about incentives before too, like with Call of Duty in general, like the incentive of anything?
Yeah. We talked about that in a previous podcast, but I do want to bring something up that I saw yesterday. I was just casually playing Warzone randoms. I decided to turn the volume up a little bit. I got these two random dudes, right? And we actually won the game.
Oh,
we'll say.
Okay.
But I'm listening to them, and I'm pushing, and I'm having fun, and I'm dropping a couple kills here and there, and they're like, let's just sit in this corner. I'm not joking. Let's just sit in this corner. Let's just stay down here until zone moves. We just got a place. I just need like a little bit of RP or SR, whatever it's called. And I'm like, that is so boring. But I'm not gonna lie. they got me back because they camped. And we ended up winning the game, so it's okay. But me and Darkin, we want to push and have fun.
Yeah,
we want to lose gunfights
it's run
and win
gun
gunfights.
kind of thing. You want to have like the thrill of it, and not. And some people, like you said, some people do play ranked. I mean, I don't touch Warzone. You know how you know how my feelings toward Warzone. I absolutely hate Warzone. For those who are new here in chat, I despise Warzone. I
don't even think you like COD anymore.
I never even said I liked Warzone.
We're not even going to talk about how. We're not even talking about COD. First off, you know what? Since you threw it out there, I uninstalled COD again. Last podcast we talked about it. I created this org based off of Call of Duty, of course. And when we were like, oh, let's just do a community thing, I was okay with that. So technically, it's not only just Call of Duty now, but a lot of people we have play Call of Duty. But yeah, I uninstalled that thing, and I felt so good about it. I've installed 6 other games, uninstalling that one game. So whatever.
Don't worry, I've been dogging him about it because like every time he makes a comment towards me, like, "Hey, I 1v1 you," I'm like, "I can't 1v1 you." You uninstall.
Everyone, even Maid, bro. Maid's like, well, at least I uninstall COD. I'm like, bro, are you serious? Becca does the same thing. My wife, obviously, talking about, yeah, I'm a COD hater. Like, I don't get it.
Dude, it's so funny because you prematurely did that. I remember when we heard about this COD like dropping. It took like 2 months before it dropping for you to uninstall.
Yeah.
And this game, it's like. You dropped it within the first 3 months of it being out.
Yeah, I only want to. Yeah, it was rough.
To add on to the Warzone thing, though.
Yeah.
The status of the ranked Warzone right now reminds me a lot of how Apex was going back before this current season.
Yeah.
Because we had this. Literally, you could go through any like Reddit or anything about Apex, and there'd just be like rats here, rats there, rats everywhere. Everyone just wants to camp. No one wants to push. No one wants to fight. Because like Apex did this thing where you had to get top 10 to get placement, no matter what. Kills, assists, all that. You could not get placement with it unless you were top 10.
Makes sense. And that's
so Warzone is going down that road.
Yeah.
And it's just like
why?
This is why we don't want resurgence as the ranked play, because people are just going to camp.
Yeah.
Because once you get to that like top 10, top 5 situation, you have a lot better chances of getting better SR.
Yeah, I got you.
A couple people said in the chat before we switch over to you real fast is somebody said hot take battle royale suck in general. Me, I just think there's more stakes on the line, and you know, people just crave that. In my opinion, me too. Like I want an end goal. Knowing I have 1 live normally or 2 tries feels pretty good to me. And then somebody said, I missed the Black Ops 2 days. If you are interested in our Black Ops 2 and stuff like that, if you check out some of our previous pods on YouTube, we deep dive into all of our favorite CODs and what we miss from them. And actually, I think 2 podcasts ago, we talked about the new COD coming out.
I think it was 2 podcasts ago or the most recent one, I think. I'm going to check it right now. But also, I see someone said, I think it was Kids, he said, I miss MW2. And that's something we also covered, too, was that. It was
the
last
older
podcast.
Call of Duties just felt so much cleaner, more simple. You didn't have to go through 17 pages just to go find
there's a YouTube. I'm gonna paste YouTube.
Oh my god, I did that yesterday.
There's our YouTube.
Bro,
dude, I'm trying to unlock
sat
this
here
new
for like
gun.
15 minutes trying to find a damn site.
I have to do weekly challenge to unlock a new battle rifle cinema. It was like, go get the jack this, and this on this gun. And I was like, okay. So I went to this gun and I'm looking and I'm like, what the hell? That's not even here. And then I'm like, okay, maybe I have to unlock that site. So then I go try to find that site. I can't find that site anywhere to unlock it. So I'm like, how am I supposed to do this?
Dude, I'm like, okay. The whole overlay of that thing, and like ever since the last I think it's 2019 that started doing that, I just didn't. It was weird to me. You know what I mean? Like, unlock a certain thing to unlock a certain thing. Like, that's cool. But I just, like, it ruined me.
I think all they need to do is simplify it. They need to, like, yeah, you can go into sites, but they need to just be like, all right, here's ACOGs, here's red dots, here's thermals, and shit like that.
They just need to bring back, like they did in Black Ops 1, have the credits. You can buy certain attachments, buy calling cards, custom emblems. Man, that was heaven.
Or if you're gonna have 1 million attachments, let me just type in the name of it.
Yeah, like Tarkov. Tarkov does that, dude.
You know what I want? What I want from Call of Duty is I want the multiplayer gameplay from a Ghost game with the accessibility of Black Ops 2, but the lobbies of MW2.
MW2 lobbies were a bit hectic. They were
hectic. But here's the
S&D force game chat. And S&D was wild, bro.
here's the thing though. During that time of Call of Duty, like especially MW2 lobbies, you actually had talkative lobbies. You could make friends, you could
make enemies,
talk your talk, and you could do all that. Nowadays, you go on Call of Duty, you say one word, you are hit with every single slur in that book.
And you also get shadow banned too, because people don't like you talking and stuff like that.
Oh, dude, if I don't get shadow banned after yesterday's Warzone, I don't know.
Kids said we'll never get that feeling back, just so you guys know.
I mean, for real. Like, I know a lot of people would love to have a Ghost 2 just to finish that story.
That was such a good game. That game was solid, dude. That game was slept on. Multiplayer was slept on. All of it was slept on. It was such a good game.
There was only one problem that was brought up to me that I kind of agree with the multiplayer, was that the maps were a little too big.
Yeah.
But other than that, the maps were well balanced. You had gameplay for CQB, snipers. You had gameplay for everything in every map. You weren't forced to one thing for that map.
Yeah.
I'm convinced Kizzy's a part of our PR team. He just segued us. X Defiant.
Bro, okay. So I seen that in chat and I like looked at it and I smiled because that was kind of like my next lead into like the updates for TG is that teams. Now, I'm not gonna mention the names, of course, of this Darken, but we mentioned the Valorant team. That is being looked into. Overwatch 2, I've been kind of dogging kids. I might put a team into that. X Defiant actually just came back over through Twitter and is making me more active. And they were saying they don't know the release date yet. But I just want to kind of flex real fast for stream. Give me a second. So, you know, I'm a pretty social media guy. You know, I'm a pretty cool social media guy when it comes to... Oh, actually, I got something better now. Not only did the X Defiant competitive follow me, but you can't see it because it's dark, but also the women of X Defiant followed me over on the TG page. So they're both competitive pages. It's the women's side, which is, of course, why we have a women's team, and then the regular competitive side of X Defiant.
Sign me now.
So we're looking at those teams. We need to expand. You know, that's how it is. Call of Duty is kind of like Call of Duty is not dry. I'm not saying it's dry, but wager matches are cool and all. CMGs are cool and all. You know, these matches are cool, but the game itself is not cool. It's a thumbs down. Well, the way it's going, should I say?
We gotta look at it from the perspective of competitive side as an org.
Yeah, exactly.
When it comes to competitive side, you got games like Call of Duty used to be #1 competitive scene.
And maybe we're late to that, you know. Maybe we're just late to it, and that's just how it is. That's how the cookie crumbles,
like,
you know.
It's not the primary anymore. You got games like Valorant, you got games like Apex, you got League of Legends is still one of the top competitive scenes.
I can't play League. I tried playing that. I got dog.
Well,
I don't blame League of Legends players like that game.
A big thing with competitive games too is what the competitive scene thinks about the competitive game they're playing. And currently, the Call of Duty competitive scene does not like how this new COD feels.
Yep. Even the pros, like I said, ever since that tweet that Scrappy made, that I think they beat. I think it was when they beat Optic, if I'm not wrong. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. But Scrappy literally said that he won the match. He's like, "Hey, GG's, this game sucks." Like he literally said, even after you won, like this game sucks. You know what I mean? I mean, the map rotation sucks. Yeah. Well, they brought fucking Rio, where the map is called, bro. Oh, my eyes twitching. I can't.
Don't they have Skid Row on?
Don't
CDL.
Anyways, no, I'm not gonna talk about that.
There's so many bad
so
maps.
Kiz said comp is dead. S&D content's the only way to in COD right now.
Yeah.
S&D's the way to go. It's always been the way to go. Hardpoint's all right, I guess, and control was dog water because they can't for some reason figure out where to put objectives on the map. So they put it where it's one way, and God forbid you break that. Oh, bro, I will
say though, when I participated in those tryouts with those boys for silver, I was kind of dogging on some kids in control. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Giovanni said, go ahead. Yo, Guns, you read it.
I was just gonna say, with all that being said, we still love Call of Duty. That's
we still love COD. Yeah,
it's Call of Duty is gonna be a part of our organization no matter what. Yeah,
is a very strong word.
You know my feelings. You know my feelings on COD.
It's a love-hate thing, man. It's a love-hate thing.
I actually agree with Kizzy on this. I enjoy Control more than Hardpoint.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, I think Hardpoint is way too much for a competitive scene.
Yeah.
Especially with the amount of respawns and shit like that. It's just full out team. It will just turn into a TDM.
You think they'll ever go away from the 4v4 on anything like that, or 8? Should I say? You think they'll ever expand it to 5v5s again?
I mean, why wouldn't they though?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
It
that's true.
makes no sense. Well, okay, so I think the reason why that was like that is because they took the Call of Duty meta and they shrunk it down to just SMGs and ARs. So
Yeah.
that's a big thing. There's really no diversity right there. But like if you threw a sniper in with a little bit bigger maps or something, just
Yeah.
as an option, you
Just
don't
as an
have
option,
to.
yeah.
Maybe they expand it to a five
Well,
man
the
again.
issue with that with Call of Duty doing the SMG and AR thing is that not only do they do that, but they give you like two guns. Like, oh, here's two ARs, here's two SMGs. Like, it's kind of bland, you know what I mean? That's like,
Yeah.
that's the reason. Like, I used to play the hell out of comp. You guys know that, but that's the reason I pulled back so much because like it was just like I love competitive stuff. I love playing competitive games, but I don't like to be fully restricted on what I can use or what I can do.
Yeah.
Yes, it's
We
different when I
play.
like playing Overwatch. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I have a character or a role to play. That's different. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Mhm.
But when it's like I'm trying to run an AR, but I'm getting only two arrows to shoot from, it's like, all right, so like, what am I? You know what I mean? Now I'm just going. I don't know. I mean, it makes it
and,
fair, I
and
guess,
that's
but
that's
it's
the
not fun.
mindset in all comp games like
Yeah.
we have because
Yeah.
we're so used to that, right?
Yeah.
Like there's many times where me and Darkin are playing big map Warzone
Yeah.
and I'm like, all right, let's take this seriously. And I'm like, hey, what are you running? And he says
Yeah.
sniper. And I know for a fact that I'm gonna do a long range and a short range gun, and I'm not gonna run sniper because I'm probably gonna push a little bit heavier. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
so that, I know he's my back man versus I'm front man. And then
Yeah.
our third person normally is in the middle, and he's gonna be watching my back as Darkin watches both of ours, and like stuff like that. Like we know how to organize, manage rotations and stuff
Yeah.
because that's just who we are.
Yep.
But in this, it's like, all right, SMG, AR, whatever you want, whatever you
Yeah.
want to run. Good luck, have fun. So I don't know. It's just there's not much to it now, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's all straightforward and kind of bland.
And that's like that brings me to the point of like in chat. Made by the way, we know you're an SD player. May does slap an SD. I'm not gonna lie. I
Oh,
watch
she
her play
does,
some
yes.
SD. It's kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But Kiz and Geo are talking about 3-lane maps and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And slide canceling and the maps. And I as you can see, I typed in chat that repeating maps is getting old. And that's the biggest issue I'm having too with COD is like they're not giving us new content, new enough content. I guess you can say. It's like they're copying and pasting these maps and like changing one thing about it. And it's like, all right, it's not giving fun, you know what I mean? But yeah,
Yep.
3-lane maps are pretty heavy and it's the same 3 lanes, but
Mm-hmm.
there's nothing we can do about that. I think we have one map that's not three, it's like that Rio map, not Rio, it's Greece. It's like the Greece map, whatever it is. Like that map is like it's 3-lane, but it's also not, it's weird.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's that
Going back-
like, outdoor one that has the waterfronts on both sides.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think we're gonna see in X Defiant though? Are we gonna see something similar, like 3 game mode type of competitive play? Because obviously they already confirmed competitive side, right? So it's like, what are we gonna expect here? Is it just gonna be S&D? Because I honestly like a lot of games do that. Like I think I've already brought Rogue Company into this a couple of times.
Yeah.
But the fact that their competitive scene was just like, S&D pretty much, but you get the abilities and all that stuff, and that's what X Defiant kind of is. It was kind of fresh. Like it was cool to strategize where we gotta go, what abilities we gotta use, how to counter and stuff. So if X Defiant goes that route, I wouldn't be mad.
Well, I mean, I have faced X Defiant, don't get me wrong, because I played the beta of it and it was fun. I really enjoyed it. But I'm not scared of it, but like if it doesn't blow up the way it needs to blow up or gets attention it needs to get, then like it might turn into another Rogue. I love Rogue, you know how I feel about it. I actually enjoyed the game I played with you, you know what I mean? But like
Of course, yeah.
it wasn't like, not that it wasn't popular, but it wasn't where it needed to be. You know what I mean?
It's a free to play game.
Yeah.
And a free to play game have their own tags. Unfortunately, with the free to play game, they can do whatever they want, and what that is typically eventually ruin the game. Rogue was really good on launch. It actually had a lot of player count, and it slowly digressed with no fixes.
Yeah.
If X Defiant doesn't fix their games as they arise, or issues, or buffs and stuff, or whatever nerfs, then it's gonna die. I mean, Overwatch goes from like Overwatch 2 drops, it's up here.
And
it's like
slowly going down. Yeah.
And then finally this season they were like, "Oh, we're gonna fix comp," and then it goes,
back
you know
up.
what I mean?
And
So
Geo said X Defiant could be X Defiant the next COD killer. Don't that COD
I
killer.
hate that.
Remember
I hate
when 2042 dropped? They're like COD
Yep.
killer because of the video, and then like we
Yep.
played it, we're like, this is like killing itself. Like this is
Do you remember
bad.
Shatterlight?
Oh
So,
no, okay.
I wouldn't say it could ever be a COD killer, but it could finally light a fire underneath
And
Activision,
that's what
Treyarch,
Kiz
and
said,
all of
basically.
them.
Yeah, Kiz is saying
And
that
it could make them realize that, like, well, we need to fix this game. We need to
Yep.
do something different.
Dude,
Yep.
Because, like, I mean, there's so many like avenues that can go. Like,
Yeah.
Xdefiant could drop like Rogue did. It could be amazing at launch and then plummet.
Yeah.
Yep.
Most definitely.
But at the same time, it can start at launch and then just continue to rise in popularity and
Yep.
be the next best thing.
Yep.
And the way COD's going,
But
I think it deserves to be, because like COD needs to be kicking the butt right now. I think Activision
I
always need to
don't
be
think
kicking the
COD
butt.
will ever die.
No, it won't, because it's got people like
Call of
me who
Duty
hate the
will
game. But you know
never
what? I'm still gonna
die.
buy the next one. I'm still gonna pay. I'm still gonna waste money on getting the
I
highest
just don't
edition for the next
understand.
one.
I just don't understand how we don't have a Call of Duty, what is it called, online. Like, it makes no sense.
What do you mean?
I get it, money, but dude, people spend so much money on skins. It is ridiculous.
Yeah, I wonder how much money they make. How much money? Whoa, May just got thrown on the bus. I ain't gonna say nothing about that.
I can't say much as I'm running the chef
Dude,
skin.
Dude, look, okay.
No, Darkin goes, that skin's so cool. And I'm like, yeah,
The
bro, go
chef
look at the shop,
skin?
check this one out. And then I'm in the menu, and I just see a skin flash into the
Yeah.
new one. And I'm like, what
Yeah.
the fuck, dude?
So, as you're talking about the
Let me
whole
cook.
thing with Xdefiant, Kids actually put in there, no, but it will have a lane in the space, which makes sense. That's like what you just said, Dark, and it's going to have its lane. And talking about, I agree, Xdefiant can light up 500 COD's ass, which they need to do. That's 100%. And when it comes to the skins in COD, I'm guilty. I buy the skins, yes. But you would think that, like, how much money they probably make off the skins, they would do something better than that. And that's where I felt like it brings you back to talking about earlier about how COD doesn't care, because the biggest issue I think is happening to COD and why it's being ruined is you can't buy DLCs anymore. You can't buy maps that you're allowed to play. It's like, oh, here's a free map, take it, but it's not that good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just miss like Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 where you could buy DLCs.
Yeah, I was about to say, like,
and
the
expand.
Black Ops era, like the 2009 era of Call of Duty was the greatest. You had you could buy skin packs that literally would go to any gun.
Yep.
You could.
I had the bacon one. I remember
custom,
that one.
You can make your own custom emblems,
Mm-hmm.
and like people would go all out on that. And I understand a lot of people kind of ruin that for us because of the things they created.
Yeah,
I've seen.
And like Lindsay mentioned that. I think you're on the podcast for that, Darkin, but Lindsay mentioned like with the custom emblems, like we have gone far enough in technology where you can probably get a bot that will detect something like that and automatically block that out. You know what I mean? Like,
because
there has to be something.
For me, like, there's many times where we reported players in Warzone for cheating, and then we got a message saying, thank you, we deactivated their account. Like, they tell you, there's an AI that goes through, checks those things, and then it goes through a system. If we go and report somebody that put a big booby anime girl on there that's fully nude, it's really easy for COD to just bounce it, but they don't want to spend money on having that software. That's the issue. I mean, if they're monitoring our voice chat, they can monitor that. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was about to say, but they could spend money on an anti-cheat that doesn't fucking work.
Yeah, and we're gonna have to skip this because it's COD and we talk about COD so much. But they just put a new anti-cheat in that I don't think works already. So that's pretty cool.
Okay, last thing about COD. We were talking about the skins and stuff. Gio said someone says they make $1 million a day per skin. It comes out that they actually make about $5 million per week on just skins.
That's insane.
So yeah, there's that. Okay, that was the last thing about COD. Any updates wise, community wise? We have a lot of people coming in. Again, really appreciate everyone coming in. I'm glad to see you guys here in this channel and in our podcast. I really appreciate you guys being here. This is kind of how a podcast goes. We talk about things and we get sidetracked about one thing, and we're kind of like, oh hey, we have these things to fill in. But again, I really appreciate every single one of you here. And if you can, please share the podcast. This gets posted on YouTube as well. I did post to YouTube earlier. I think I can post it again, maybe. Yeah, there's a YouTube again. But yeah, okay. So again, thank you. Welcome to the community. Really appreciate you guys. Those who came out tried for silver. You guys did fucking fantastic. We'd love to see you guys play. Okay. I think that's it for GG, right? That's all we had. We had Warzone.
Yeah.
That. Okay. Now the meaty stuff. The really fun. Oh yeah. So yeah, it's links. Yeah, there you go. I was excited when it was pinging in Discord about this. Oh really? Oh well, that's good to know, Gio.
Ooh.
Okay, so who wants to go first? Do we want to run through the whole list of games? Should we run through the whole list?
I think since I made the list, I know about all of these.
Okay.
So if you guys have any games that aren't on the list, or there is any that you looked up on there that excite you, let's hear what you guys think of some of these.
Okay.
Like I said, I went through like top shooters and just kind of cool games in general. It has some of them. I think only one of them has two of them have like a possible comp side of things.
Yeah.
The rest of them are just really cool. Like we've been anticipating them games. So, yeah.
Okay. Well,
I say like a.
Good.
So one of the ones that caught my eye on the list, it is also one of the ones that I have played during beta. I played it exclusively.
You two
like,
played
that
it,
was
right?
all I played.
Yeah.
Once Human.
Mm-hmm.
It has such good potential. We played that game nonstop, damn near the entire beta.
I was kind of mad I
There's so
couldn't
much
play
to
it.
do with it. There's a lot. There's a lot of building options, a lot of exploration. There's always something going on. There's some type of event. I mean, or even during the beta, they already had world events scheduled throughout it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, it's a beautiful game. It's kind of like a Ark kind of Rust kind of vibe.
Yeah.
It's a
massive
psychological
multiplayer
horror
online.
too. Yeah.
Like
It's crazy. I mean, I'll just highlight one thing from this game because it was so funny. Is me, Darkin, and one of our other buddies were running through this world, and I walk up into this it's an abandoned room, and there's a refrigerator there, and these little items will sparkle on the ground and stuff like that when you could pick them up. So I went up to the refrigerator and I went to go grab the item, and a fucking mimic jumped out. And it was like a tentacle monster out of the fridge, and I was like, "Wow, holy shit!" It was wild, and they can spawn anywhere, like even the fridges. So like I climbed to a roof one time, and there was a fridge up there, and I was like, "You sneaky bastard!"
Like the thing with like Once Human is that it's great. So like the world feels fresh. It's something new. It doesn't feel like it's a copy and paste or anything. The graphics look amazing. Gameplay feels great. Even during the beta, like when you play beta, when you get beta access and stuff like that, you expect bugs, you expect some glitches and stuff like that. Honestly, we had very few issues.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of cool things like clearing areas. There's a lot of cool like Easter eggs. Like there's a dancing siren head that you have to kill to get a what were they called? What were those little things called?
The essence stuff where you can like power up your base, or like the butterfly and stuff. I don't remember the actual name, but
these things called butterflies or like anomalies or something like that. I don't remember
anomalies. Anomalies.
Is it anomalies?
I think it's anomalies.
But you can equip one, or you can put them in your base, and they have different effects for your base and stuff like that. Cool. It's interesting. It's great. Like
I'm mad because I didn't play
it. The boss fights are phenomenal.
I'll say you guys gotta play it, and I was like, "Wow, this is great." I waited for the email for it. Dude, I was like, "Nah."
What sucks though is I thought I asked you if you were interested in it, and you told me no, and I had a beta code I gave out.
I said I was interested, but I was like, I think it was like
you were playing something else at the time.
I was playing Guild Wars 2. I was in my Guild Wars 2.
Yeah, you were busy. Like you were invested in something else.
Invested in Guild Wars 2 at the time.
But I know that's your style game, and I want to, before we go on, because we can't go too long into one game, but I will say this. We were in their Discord, and they were consistently giving out 2,000 codes at a time, and they were consistently generating more because of how popular their game was. Also, on top of that, Darkin and myself went into their suggestions channel and put suggestions for certain like guilds and different things that we can implement into the game. And his post like popped off. Like, so they're paying attention to that stuff in that community, which is amazing.
Interesting.
Avowed is the new Obsidian title.
I just looked it up and noticed that. Yeah.
I have heard of it. I didn't see much
I kept it off of this.
I forgot it.
Oh, you kept it off? Wow.
No, I kept it off it just because there's a lot of similar style games on here, but we can talk about it because it looks really good. It's on my wish list as well. So
I mean, Obsidian is a top tier developer when it comes to games like this. Every game they've released in this style has been a bop after bop.
Yeah.
I mean, they did Oblivion, if I remember correctly.
So did we accidentally get an Avowed skin in COD?
Is that what that is?
I mean, do you see the cover? Isn't that the girl skin though?
That's what I thought. Because it looks very.
I just saw that and thought of that.
So it's an action role playing game for first person perspective.
So what I think it's similar to, in my opinion, there's a couple games on here very similar, and actually what I'm gonna say, like the similarity to it is because it is from Obsidian. Is Fable game. And Fable is actually on our list that we have. Fable is supposedly dropping. We got a teaser trailer way back when the new Xbox dropped, so hopefully that's something that comes out too. But yeah, Avowed looks very similar, like a really cool, vast world that you can travel through.
It looks like
in that vibe.
Mordor. You play the game Mordor?
Yeah.
It looks like
Mordor,
that.
yeah.
I'm watching a video right now, and it looks cool. It looks fantastic.
Skyrim-ish.
Skyrim-ish, yeah. But it's like giving off like what I expected Elder Scrolls Online to look like. Because when I played Elder Scrolls Online at release, that game made me vomit, bro. That game is disgusting. But I'm huge into those role-playing games. Like I love MMOs. I love RPG games. That's why, like, you mentioned guilds and stuff, and you're back to whatever real fast.
Yeah.
But dude, if it came to that stuff, I would do it. I love to grind that stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But okay, well, since we're on the topic of, I guess, shooters, I have 3 technically on the cover. I got 2 for one, and then a third one. The third one, I'm gonna start with first actually, because Beautiful Light. If you guys know what Beautiful Light is, it's this horror-based first-person shooter game. It's kind of like SPC-esque in a way. If you guys know what SPC is, which is Secure, Contain, Protect, or SCP. Dude, this game is looking beautiful. I'm not big into horror games, but I mean, if I can shoot the monsters, it's different. You know what I mean? Like if I can actually shoot it's different. I love it. It's coming out. It says in 2024, but no exact date yet.
I'm so excited about that. By the way,
has it coming soon?
Yeah,
well, because I mean, it's like Hunt Showdown, in my opinion, dude. Like
that,
if it's like
that's
that,
your
but
game
more
is
modern.
Yeah,
I love Hunt
and
Showdown,
I like how
bro.
it's like I think it's like someone said it's like Tarkov and Hunt Showdown had a baby,
dude,
and it's like, hey, here's this. So like you have different teams that go into this objective. You gotta find certain things, and when you activate certain objectives,
played it.
I think did she play it or she was excited for it. I don't know if she played it.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, because she was talking about it, and I was like, I've been in their server since like they had. I think
you're the one that told me about it.
Dude, I was in their Discord when they had 25 people. Like I was in that thing, and I was like the first one there. I was like, this is so fun. I'm so excited for it.
That's how I feel about Pal World.
Oh my god.
I was in their server way before then. Dude. I was so excited, and then like it went.
Hydrate. Thanks, Gio.
Anyways,
Gio gave us a hydrate. Take a sip, guys.
Thank you for the hydrate. Appreciate
it. I want to play it so bad. It looks so fun. I'm a huge fan of Tarkov, and of course, like I played a little esque of Hunt Showdown, but I'm huge in the SCP things. I love little horror vibes and stuff. Now the other 2 I have Unrecord and Body Cam. So these are the styles that I guess like the new age kind of games where it's a body cam footage filling game. Now, Darken, before the podcast, you were talking about this, and Unrecord is the game that like when people see it, like that's real. There's no way that's not real. And it like had no hate to it, but it was like people were thrown off by it. You know what I mean?
People had a lot of reactions to it that were not expected from the developer because they thought it was actual footage because how realistic and how it moved. Like it looked like someone was actually just going through just popping people.
Yeah.
So what that being said too is it was the first game.
Oh, you can't say that. You can't say the word. It's redeemed. The word got banned. The GAME word got banned.
You motherfucker. That title was
5 minutes, by the way. It's 5 minutes.
It was announced on the new Unreal Engine.
Yeah.
Whatever. And it was one of the first titles to show it. And everybody was like, it's so realistic type of stuff. And it was insane looking. It still looks insane.
It does. I was just watching a video on it. Yeah. I can YouTube professional the video. But it says the earliest release though is 2025. So that kind of sucks. The other title, I guess you can say, is called Body Cam. Body Cam is the same thing as Unrecord, but it's more of it's PvP. And I like games like that. Like I play Ready or Not, and I play what's the other one called? I can't think of another one. It's the same thing as Ready or Not, but different. But it's multiplayer, and I enjoy those games. I love the games where
you just said the
oh my goodness, I love
3 times.
Did I really? That is such a hard word made out of all words.
You have to gift someone a sub.
I have to gift. Okay, I'll gift a sub. I'll do it once I'm done talking. I got you.
Yeah.
But that. Oh, I can't say that. I want to say the word now. It's so hard.
Made. How dare you derail this? Damn it.
Completely.
Either way, that's a fun title to play. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm super excited for it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I saw this game title and I was like, man, this looks crazy. It's PvP, and I just sent this list of all these titles, and I was like, this one is so different because it's the exact same looking as this other one, and it's PvP, and that's what we like to do.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Put it on this list.
Yeah, it's on the list.
You're making this.
This is
so
really
much different.
hard.
This is
now you can't. I'm done talking. It's your turn now, Glinzy. Good luck. Good luck, Glinzy.
Here's a title we could talk about: The First Descendant.
Yeah.
Okay.
It has very good potential. There are a few issues that I saw when me and Glenzy played this. Was that the world we were put into felt like a direct copy and paste out of Destiny.
Really?
Like it felt exactly the same with its layout and everything. But the gameplay and the story feel 10 times better.
Does that count?
Nope.
Did he say it? What did he say?
He said JMU play. I mean, it's technically the word is in there.
No,
It's
that's
one
a different
word.
word. That's a word.
One word. It's one word.
If you would have like hicked up the
Fucking
middle of
fight
it.
me on this, motherfucker.
Destiny's my first love. Yeah, this title has a very similar vibe as well, except third person. So when we say a direct copy, is like the world development that's there is very, very similar to Destiny. So like we hope they expand on new ideas. So I don't know.
To give an idea for anyone who hasn't seen gameplay or anything on it, it goes through the same world development that Destiny went through. The way, hey man,
with a 5 gifted. Thank you so much for that.
Ooh,
Look at you.
But you know how you would go through in Destiny, you would find beacons and stuff like that to accept your quests. That's exactly what it would do. Same way,
vibe.
same exact style. Like even the markers are the same on the map. But the one thing that I hold hope for is that you got all these different characters you can play that you unlock throughout the game instead of being just stuck to Titan, Warlock, Hunter. You have so many more different avenues. And like all of it feels fresh. Like the graphics look amazing. The story, the little bit of story that we played feels great. It's like it makes you feel like you're actually involved in the story.
Yeah. Yep. I will say too, like a lot of enemies that we faced almost seemed like copies or like their own versions of a lot of like.
Do you think a lot
Destiny
of titles are doing that?
Yeah,
they are, but like they're putting their own twist, and I think they're dropping beta, and they're gonna see if
World.
You know what? They're gonna see what the response is on those, and then they're going to change it or alter it a bit. I don't think we're gonna see many changes, but I really hope that we see a little bit more vastness in the story and in the world. But
they have one enemy type in it that feels fresh and new.
Oh yeah. I'm not saying it's all copied, by the way, because we actually enjoyed it. We're very excited for it. But yeah, no, there's the very common like we can see it like
it's like it's in there,
it's there.
but it's like not. I guess.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
God darn. All right, Glenzy, what titles you got? Oh, go ahead, Dark. What you
got? Too much.
A big one that I'm really excited for. There's two. They're right next to each other. We have the first Berserk, Kazan, which is anime style Dark Souls, and it looks, and if you have not seen it, it looks phenomenal. Like the art style is insane.
What's it called? Sorry,
it's the first Berserk.
Berserk,
and then Kazan. You should find it off the first Berserk. I hope.
But literally, like the world. To give you an idea of like the graphics and like the visuals of this, is that like the world looks all realistic. The enemies and everything all look super hyper realistic and all that. But then you go to your character. Your character has this anime art style to them.
Yep. Bold lined and very like flashy.
Oh yeah.
Like, very manga-esque. It looks phenomenal.
Looks
and
really
the gameplay
good.
that you see from it, it looks even better because like it's fleshed out. It like looks smooth and stuff like that. Now, like looks can be deceiving. We have seen it with a lot.
Oh yeah, of course.
Games.
We can say G word now, by the way. We can say it now.
Oh, finally.
But like literally, I have seen games release and then die within a couple of months.
Yep. And I mean, a big thing with this game. See, I almost thought I messed up.
I heard you just stutter for a second.
One thing too is like it gives off very much God of War vibes too, which I really like. If the player development in that for that your main character is as good as God of War and Dark Souls, oh my gosh, this game is going to be great.
Now,
I mean, it's taking inspiration from both sides.
Yeah, are you guys really big fans of like single player games?
Yeah.
Are you guys huge fans of single player? Because I'm not. I've never really like had a single player game where I can fully enjoy, and that's what
Well,
makes it.
I've actually been playing one recently that I love to death. It just dropped not too long ago. It's called Pacific Drive. It is.
I seen it on Steam, and I was like, wait, Dark can play this game. I was like, I might have to play it.
So
it looks great. It looks cool.
It's basically a driving simulator in a way, but you have crafting elements. You have.
Does it got tractors? Like tractors sim or farm sim?
Get out. But like, so this whole area you go through is like radioactive. There's a bunch of anomalies and stuff that go on. Like there are like these like flying like monstrosities like made out of scrap and shit. They will just grab you and yank you. There is so many good elements to this game that like I'm like fully in it.
Did you say yank? They're gonna yank you?
You literally, they hook to your car and basically throw you.
Oh, interesting.
And it's so great. Like there's so many upgrade paths to go through. The story is very in depth, and I mean you don't see any like characters or anything like that because it's all over an intercom system because they're all in this radioactive zone.
Oh,
but it is great.
Huh. I'm gonna look more into
your
it
hand in the beginning.
Yeah,
it's kind of roguelike-esque because you have to go through, gather supplies, reset your run, and then do a whole new run. And you can't just fast forward into the next zone or stuff like that. You have to start where you're at and go on longer drives each drive.
Yeah.
And it gets
he's been
harder and
I
harder.
will say, watching him play it on stream, it looks really fun.
It looked. I mean, like I looked at the previews of it, of course, like that, and I was like, this looks really fun. But you know, talking about single player, I see in chat we're talking about Borderlands. We discussed Borderlands before. Oh, fantastic game to play. I love playing
My top 5 games are mainly solos.
That's crazy. Now, like speaking of Borderlands, though,
Borderlands,
the movie,
my top 2 as well.
Yep,
the movie's coming out. Yes, I have not watched the trailer. I just sent the trailer in the chat. I haven't watched it yet. People are like, "Oh, you should watch it. It looks good."
Who said that?
Who's well, I mean, Maid. I'm guessing probably likes it. Maid probably likes it.
We have Kevin Hart playing the most serious character in that game.
Like what? I threw Maid on the bus again, bro. I don't know. I've just heard people like it. I don't know. Twitter said it. There you go. Is that better?
I think it has very good potential. I think they actually did a pretty spot on cast for the most part.
Yeah.
I mean, Kevin Hart's the only one I can't.
But there is one thing that Lindsay brought up to me that kind of made me think, like, when is this supposed to take place timeline-wise?
It makes no sense.
Because you have Krieg and Roland and Tannis. Tannis is in it, right?
But maybe they're not following the game. Maybe they're just following like a whole, like maybe they'll do like their own story. You know what I mean?
That's what I was suggesting. But at the same time, you already have this major timeline set up.
Yeah.
That people love. Like, I mean, there's games that are flops. Like Borderlands 3 didn't have a good story, but the gameplay felt great.
Yeah.
The pre-sequel got a lot of hate.
I'm not gonna talk about that game.
And so I agree because I went through, fought the first Invincible, killed it on my own, and I was like level 20. I'm like, are you kidding?
Yeah.
So that's the thing is, like, in Borderlands 1, you have your main characters. They're in it throughout Borderlands 1. Borderlands 2 comes around. If you play Borderlands 2, you know Roland dies. Spoilers.
Bro, you ruined the game. Now I'm never gonna play the game, bro. You just ruined it for me. No,
Roland dies. Okay, he's not a main character in that game. He dies. Okay, that's Lilith's husband, which is another main character in the game. They're all in that game. Tiny Tina is not a main character, but a side character is also in that game. Later in DLC is when Krieg is added, and Tannis is added. Those are all added later, but Roland dies. So, go ahead.
Tannis was in the story.
Yeah, but she wasn't a main part of it. DLC, she is more fleshed out.
She had a more prominent point in a DLC. Yes,
they
but
walk
she was
in,
still
they say,
main cast.
"Hey,
because she
we
was
need
part of the main group."
Yeah, of course, because they walk in. She's like, "Hey, we need a gatekeep," and then she's like, "Yeah, let's do it." We do a mission, and then you don't talk to her again. But that the timeline just doesn't mesh. Okay, unless it's where Roland dies, and we're gonna see Kevin Hart die in this movie. I don't know.
I'm
go deep into it, but
yeah, what the hell?
I'm curious about what route this is gonna go. What enemies we're gonna see. If we're gonna see stuff like Torg. I know Marcus is in it. You got Jack Black as Claptrap, which
That
in
would
my
be-
opinion, I think that is a good fit just because of how Jack Black is.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just all around great.
The personality fits, the voice doesn't. That's the only issue.
Well, that's because I mean, regardless, the voice isn't going to fit Claptrap because he's a damn robot.
I know. That's why I think they should have just kept the AI thing. I know.
Yeah, do like the AI generated voice.
I get it. You want a big name on a character. I understand 110%. But I mean, dude, like, it sounds bad.
They should like tone his voice a little like that.
We have seen how when games go to like movies or shows, we see how bad it is. Prime example, the Halo show.
Oh, whoa. Chill out. It's a good show.
You just watched that, didn't you? Just watch that?
I will stand on this hill and die on this hill. That show is fucking good. I get it didn't follow the story. It confused me too. But in general, the show was good. Like, come on, bro. Okay, no. Take back what you said.
The show from what
I have the speaking stick. Let's get
speaking stick. Man, to speak up in our meetings.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh. One thing I will say, I saw a meme, okay? I saw a meme, and it was like this, okay? It goes, all right, cool. Here's a bunch of money to make a video game movie.
Yeah.
And they were like, all right, thank you so much. Thank you. Here's the games if you guys want to go do your research on them. No, we're okay. We think a new story's better.
No, they're sitting here like, yeah, okay.
Yeah. And the story, of course.
And
the funny part is, like, Cortana was there for a little bit, and then she's gone. Like, I'm not going to ruin the show for anybody, but it just, like, yes, the show didn't follow anything at all. By any means, it showed. I get it. But now, speaking of shows, we want to see the Fallout show coming out.
Oh, yeah.
That one can be good.
I heard about it. Yeah,
that one can be good because it doesn't follow a freaking story because you make your own story.
Yeah, you make your own story, so it doesn't matter.
The thing with Fallout, though, is like post-apocalyptic shows have always had a good spot up until a certain point.
Yeah.
Walking Dead started off great, in my opinion.
And then they dropped 32 seasons.
I did not like the way that fleshed out. And then you have, here is a prime example of what happens when you take a game and make it into a good show. The Last of Us.
I didn't watch it, but I heard it was really good. I didn't watch it. I just remember
Phenomenal.
I just remember a certain scene that was funny because there was memes about it, and it was just, I don't know. But you know what I'm talking about. But anyways, excuse me.
We're getting really close to the end, by the way.
Yeah, Walking Dead used to be shit in OGC. Oh, hi, Muffin Man. Welcome in, dude. Really appreciate being here. First time chat, I see you, big dog. The Muffin Man.
I'm still waiting for the drop of the Gears of War movie.
We are getting towards the end of the pod.
I want it.
Gears of War. Love that game. I'm gonna read through chat. We missed a lot in chat. So let's see. What is this? I'm trying to figure out where we left off. Oh, Brawlhalla. Have you guys played Brawlhalla at all? Gio asked if we played Brawlhalla.
I downloaded it, beat the crap out of Jonky. He got mad. We never played it again.
Oh, okay. Maid said I love playing single player games, but when friends hang out, while I do, I experience things with friends. That makes sense. That's how I am. I've always been a multiplayer person.
I mean, to go back on it, literally Borderlands, Gears of War, top, Pokemon, top of my list. Like, they're all single players. I can go back to Ratchet and Clank, Sly Cooper.
Oh my god,
Jack and
dude,
Dexter's.
Sly Coopers are such a solid game. I miss that game so much.
Games. Dude, such good games.
Over here wanting to go back and replay Spyro and Crash.
Spyro's great. Crash is great.
I thought Spyro was one of the goated games.
No, I played Spyro for a little bit, and then when Sly Cooper was my jam.
Sly Cooper was just so good.
That's what it was at.
Someone said, "Did you guys ever play Blinks?"
Blinks?
The Time Skipper?
Or
the Time Sweeper? Sorry.
No,
I don't think so.
It was.
Wait, the cat, right?
Yeah, it was a platforming game that was a cat that had a vacuum.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah.
Come on.
There's so much stuff like that, like KO the Kangaroo.
I played that one.
Or Ty the Tasmanian Tiger.
Yep. The King, I think,
was legit one of my favorite games growing up.
Yeah.
Yep.
I played it so much.
What was that one? Bad Fur Day. Conquer?
I don't remember.
Are you talking about the one that I think it was PewDiePie played on his channel?
Maybe. He's a squirrel. It was the first game on the Nintendo 64 that like gave us curse words and stuff.
Yeah, It was the one that think it was
he fights a giant pile of poop. Like that's an enemy. It's literally a poop.
That's someone versing me. That's someone versing me.
I'm pretty sure that giant pile of poop was also singing the entire time too.
Yep. about shit. Like it literally would say shit, like all kinds of different stuff. It was crazy.
Interesting.
That was our first view of like an R-rated game, basically.
Yep. Yeah, on the
Miss those
64.
days.
Yep.
Miss those days. Naruto live action. Have we seen that? Anyone seen that yet?
Is that a thing actually, or are
Kiz,
they just saying that?
Kiz said Naruto live action. I don't know if he meant it or what. I'm scrolling down as we go. Giovanni
Every
said
anime live action sucked. Go ahead, keep
facts.
going.
Gio said, "Remember Infamous, the game called Infamous."
Yes.
May said she
Yes.
loved it. I've never played it, so I look into it. I guess like that.
Oh.
Paper Mario Darwinist Pop Tart said Paper Mario TTYD. I don't keep up Mario games. Is that the 1000 whatever it is? They just released a release date apparently.
1,000-Year Door. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's the remake. Yeah. Of the original for the GameCube. Yeah.
Oh,
they just got a release date.
What's
That's
the
clutch.
release date? Do we know? Can we look into that?
5/28.
5/20. How do you know that? Did you look it up before?
He put it in.
Oh, did he? Oh, it's right there. I
nice.
tried that before. I see it. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
thanks
cool.
for that Pop Tart. Really appreciate that. Back to Baldur's Gate. We all had our Baldur's Gate grind. I love Baldur's Gate. Stand by that. They're talking about making
I
that.
actually did not have my Baldur's Gate grind.
Did you ever get it?
I did.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we need to play it because I feel like we need to. Yeah. Anyways.
As long as you don't
Anyways.
hold my hand through it.
Oh yeah, I'll hold your hand through it.
No, I said don't.
Oh, I won't. Then I'll just try to attack you every time. And 2 hour special podcast. No, 2 hour special podcast. Forget that.
So let me go through these last bit of games real fast, and
Yeah.
if any of them stand out to you, just so that we can fly through it. If you guys aren't interested, we'll throw a list, the rest of this list just in chat. I'm just gonna copy and paste it pretty much. Just double check, make sure.
Oh, what's going on, Panda? Welcome in, dude. Nice to see you.
Hey, Panda.
Panda.
All right, so the first one is Silent Hill 2. A lot of us are really excited.
Mhm.
A lot of people are actually not excited as well. It's kind of a 50-50 split because they changed up the formula. It's going to be more Resident Evil style over the shoulder now. People don't like that. The previous games were top downs, so a little bit different. And then also, I think one of the games wasn't top down, but it's more of an exploring one. This one, you're getting guns, so who knows? Lost Soul aside, it's just a random game I saw. It's very Final Fantasy Devil May Cry vibes. It's its own new world, so pretty cool. One that I thought that Cinema would really like. It's called Den of Wolves. The trailer has gameplay, and it's a new heist game. It's supposed to take over the heist scene apparently, which is really cool. And if you look up the trailer, it does have gunplay in it, and it actually looks pretty smooth.
Den of Wolves.
Phantom Blade Zero is another fast-paced Souls-like. So it's more of a hack and slash, but you still have those Souls-like mechanics in it. Pretty nice. Light No Fire is really sick. It's an advanced, colorful world. It's that you can play with your friends, up to I believe 4 people. It looks great. I know that's on my wish list, so definitely check it out. If you're a big BioShock fan, I love BioShock. BioShock is amazing, okay? There is a game called Clockwork Revolution. It is very similar to BioShock Infinite. They are not connected, but same world, same looking mechanics. We don't know much about it yet, but there is a bit of gameplay if you want to look that bad boy up. The next one. Banisher's Ghost of New Eden. This game is out now. It is a Witcher-style game where you hunt ghosts. The gimmick of the game is your main character is a hack and slash. You have different, arsenal of tools where you battle through and you fight these ghosts. Your wife is dead. It's not spoilers. It's literally at the first scene, just so you know, in trailer. And she is a ghost companion.
I didn't know. I was like, wait, what?
No, she's your ghost companion that helps you fight through these ghosts. So it's a medieval ghost hunter style game. It's kind of like a Fable Witcher style vibe too, where it's all role play.
So I went to look up that one Den of Wolves game real fast, and like my PC froze for a second. I was like, oh no, what happened? So it might have skipped a little for you guys. We're here though. We're good. Everything's fine. But go ahead, Lindsay.
You lagging?
Yeah, we're good now.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
Exoborn. Somebody put Exoborn. He almost cried about this game. What game did I almost cry about? Oh, BioShock. I did. My eyes teared up because it looked really good.
Oh.
But yeah, so next one is Exoborn. It is a open world extraction shooter set in apocalyptic US with exosuits. Okay, well hold on though. When you say exosuits, you think
Black
Advanced
Ops,
Warfare.
or Advanced Warfare.
It looks similar, but I will say I don't think it's as advanced. Jesus Christ. So take a look at it. The game looks really good, I will say. Another one I threw on here was Assault Sector. So this is what their Steam page says. It's really cool. It's the first sentence. Welcome to the brutal and unforgiving PvP arena shooter with a unique pulse wall hack ability. Camping is impossible.
Didn't COD try that?
I don't know, but it's a 5v5, I think. And the gameplay,
with the sensors.
Yeah.
And the gameplay looks like a mixture of COD and R6.
Yeah, they tried that with heartbeat sensors and with the mines, the grenades, snapshots. Snapshots,
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but I think this is like an actual, like, if you're not moving, it pings you.
Oh, that'd be cool. Arena shooter.
Yeah.
I mean, I fuck with those too. Yeah, I'm a big arena shooter.
Sorry, I know I went through that really fast. But yeah, if you guys are interested, you guys should definitely go check out all those games.
We'll post a list on our Twitter too. We'll get that list posted on Twitter. But yeah, I mean, that's all we have for podcast. Really appreciate every single one of you being here. I have nothing else. I want to thank every single one for being here. Panda, we see you. Hope you're doing well. And again, all those new people who came here from our, our Discord and stuff like that. Again, welcome to the community. I'm Cinema, the founder. I didn't really go through that. Down below at the bottom is Glenzy, one of the co-owners, and to the right is our, I guess he's how do we describe Darkin?
Staff lead.
He's a staff lead. Yeah, he's a dude that just hangs out with us. Really, no, I'm just kidding.
He's head admin.
He's head admin basically. He does all our Discord stuff for the community and the other our actual TG podcast thing, not podcast. Jesus, Discord. So yeah, we're here. This is us. We have guests every now and then. Darkin is here every now and then, not all the time, but me and Glenn are kind of the main ones. We might be bringing Darkin on a lot more though, because he's kind of the community guy. So we'll see. But I have nothing else for you guys. Before I do anything else, I want to make sure I do this the proper way, because every time I switch scenes, I don't ever have it up and it doesn't play anything. My Spotify, because I switch scenes and play music. So when it's posted on our YouTube, which we can, it's links, right? That's our thing. Which, if you want to show your friends how cool this org is that you're a part of in a way, or a community of, you can show them our YouTube channel, show them our Twitter, show them all that lovely stuff. And the best way to know what is going on in the lovely world of TG is to do one thing and one thing only, and that's the hashtag GetTilted. You guys be safe. You guys got anything else? That's it?
That's it.
All right, you guys be safe. We'll catch you on the next one.